Absolutely. So baby sign language is a great way to help your child communicate their needs when they cannot express them verbally. So sign language, baby sign is just a form of gestures you can teach your baby so they can communicate a specific want or need with you. So a lot of times signs are used from American Sign Language. And what's really important is that you and your baby understand what the signs mean together. So the purpose is to create a way for your baby to communicate with you. So you can actually start using baby sign language and showing signs to your baby around 6 months. It's a really good age to start introducing some basic signs, like you mentioned, more, all done, want, and milk. And even if you haven't started, if you have a toddler now, if your child's a little bit older, you can still start sign language with them at a later age. But if you're just having a baby, we recommend starting around 6 months, because that's when little ones will start understanding receptively what you're saying and what you're doing with the gestures. And then usually babies will start using them around 9 to 12 months, because that's when they can start kind of using those patterns to make the signs and connect them to what the meaning is. So there's a lot of great benefits to sign language with little ones. Again, it can boost your little one's communication skills. It can even actually encourage first words or new words. A lot of times parents ask us, will sign language deter my little one from saying words? And that's not true. It actually can increase your little one's output. We always recommend, if you're using sign language with your little one, to always pair the verbal word with the sign, because we always want your little one to hear the word that they're saying while you're doing the sign. So it can really encourage these first words by seeing you say the word and using the sign. So it's kind of like a great double benefit there.
I think that's a great tip. That wouldn't have occurred to me. Actually, it never occurred to me that using sign language would deter your child from using actual words later on. And so that's interesting. A lot of people ask you that, but I think that's a great tip and not something that as a mom I necessarily thought to do. I think maybe I did it subconsciously, but knowing that is something that's beneficial is always pairing the word with the sign, so that it not only doesn't deter speech, but probably promotes your child learning the actual word. That's great.
Yeah, absolutely. And, so using sign language with your little one, it really can reduce communication meltdowns and just their overall frustration. Like you said, if your little one is trying to tell you what they're saying, but they don't yet have the words, they can use the sign to show you what they want, whether they want something more of, or whether they want milk, or they want to go to sleep, or if they need a diaper change. And it also can really deepen your bond with your little one, because you're really then tuning into their wants and needs, and really can help them kind of show your little one, oh, this is what you want. And you really can have this understanding at an early age before your little one can even verbally tell you what they want. So it's a really great tool to use with your little one. We actually have an online course with Tiny Hood on baby sign language for infants. If people want to learn more about it or how to specifically use it, more signs with your little, then you can check out our course through Tiny Hood.
Perfect. And sorry, that's on your website?
Yeah, you can go to our website there on our.
And then moving on from sign language, when we are getting into words, I know that you talk a lot on your website about functional words. So what are first?
Absolutely. So we love talking about functional words, because when I do consults with some families, their little ones aren't saying a lot of words yet, or they have words, but they're really still having trouble communicating their wants and needs. I always first go to functional words. So functional words are first words that your little one says to really get their wants and needs met. They're able to explain to you what they want. So functional first words really can be specific to your little one, but some words that we always say are great to begin with are want, more, up, go, yes, no, open, mommy, daddy, or family members. So functional words are just really first words that help your little ones express what they're trying to tell you, their wants and needs. We always say it's so great when little colors or their letters or numbers. It's very impressive. It's wonderful. But we really want to be using words that will help them get through their day. And begin to model words for your little ones. We really want you to think about what will be useful to them. So you can really even think about your little one, and throughout the day, what words would be helpful for them to be able to say to you in order to get their wants and needs met. So, for example, if your little one is always asking you to open their little cracker bag and they can't say the word open yet, that would be a great word to work on. So we recommend modeling the word many times throughout the day in different situations for your little one to learn. You can even use the sign language word for it as well as you pair it if you're doing sign with your little one. So really think about what are those words that are most meaningful to them and start practicing and modeling those words before you're working on the academic words. So we always say functional words first, academic words after.
That is an excellent tip. I know that my family's toddlers and slightly older children are going to get so much help from that. And again, as a mom, I think that would have been so helpful for me to keep in mind, because I think we forget how frustrating it can be to be little. And I talk to my families about this all the time. It can be it's hard to be two. It's hard to be one. You're told what to do all day long by no fault of your parents, just via parenting. Sometimes we just have to say, okay, get your shoes on. We need to go to the store, or stop what you're doing now because it's time to do X, Y, or Z. Toddler doesn't understand that, and for them to be able to communicate certain things can be so helpful in avoiding like the major meltdowns, because there are already things in their day that are very much out of their control, and again, it's tough to be that age and feel like you have no control. So I often see that's where a lot of the tantrums come from, and if they can communicate their basic needs a little bit more, I think that can really reduce. Even though some things are out of their control, it does make them feel a little more in control of some situations when it's possible. I think that's great.
Exactly. Yes. And we always say too, if you're just starting out, if you have a little one, you don't feel like you have to work on all the words all at once. We recommend just starting with 1 or 2 words if your little one still only has a few words right now. So just think of 1 or 2 words that can be helpful and just repeat them often throughout the day. Really the most important ones that'll help them